Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I wanted to talk about a lot of things in this video. It'll be a talking video, um, and then I have some Fiverr things that I wanted to show. So the some of the things that I'll talk about are my updated boxty bread recipe, my international move, then the more fiber related topics, something with my 3D bobbins, what's in my weaving bag, my hemma fingerless glove, and other fiber yarn related things. So I made bread the other day, and this is the boxty bread. So it's potato bread. It has the technique that you use to make boxty, which is commonly used when you have leftover potatoes. I got this recipe from the Complete Irish Pub Cookbook. I've had this for years. So what's nice about the bread recipes in here is that a lot of them you don't have to wait for the bread to rise. It's also nice to make these at home because a lot of them call for milk, and of course you can do your own substitutions. I use lactose-free milk because I have allergies, and I will talk about some of the things that you do to make this bread. Essentially, you'll need a couple of potatoes. Some of them you're going to cut them into chunks and boil them in water, and the other part of them you'll grate them coarsely and wring them out with a cheesecloth. So what I have been doing is I grated both of the groups of potatoes and wrung them out both in cheesecloths the day before. I think that it's helpful to do because you want to get out a lot of the moisture. Otherwise, your bread will have some water retention. So, if you do it the day before, it's nice for that. They will discolor, but I think it kind of adds to the rustic, um, I guess, look of the bread. So I did end up boiling one of the ones that were already in the cheesecloth, but it at that point it took out a lot of the liquid from the potato, and I kept it in the cheesecloth while it was boiling and mashed it up with the butter as directed. And then I added the other grated potatoes in regularly for this recipe because it kind of reminds me of biscuits with the salt. And then you also have the pepper in it too. I doubled the pepper and it just makes it really flavorful. It has like a rounded kind of dinner type bread because of the potatoes. It is like a filling bread. Um, then I do use bread flour for this. They say that you can use all-purpose flour. Um, and also for the milk, I think it is good because with the lactose-free milk and lactose-free products in general, depending on what the product is, it can be let have less like bloating effects. So, and to get the texture that you're looking for, I mix it so that it incorporates all the ingredients, but I am not overly mixing it. And again, it depends on the type of dough that you're looking for when you're baking. Um, I definitely love the Kerrygold for my baking. And also to have on the side, and you could use the bread for different things too. But that is a couple of things that I thought were helpful for this recipe, mainly for the grating part of it. And I do really like this recipe, and I think it's definitely one that I make over and over again. So maybe some of you guys would wanna try it. So another thing is uh the 3D bobbin hack that I did. So in another video I talked about getting 3D bobbins for my Pippi spinning wheel. It is something that you can do for wheels that aren't produced anymore. Um, and then you can also get them custom made with other bobbins with a different material, like wood. So I thought that this was like a really good way to have bobbins made for these wheels that are um, discontinued. So what I did when I first got the bobbins, they did go onto the flyer, but they weren't spinning enough to get the fiber to go onto them. So I was doing a couple of things to see if I could get the bobbin to spin. So after trying a couple of things, I decided to, I guess, be a little innovative, and I went into my kitchen. This is something that comes in knife sets usually to help sharpen the knives. So I put the knife sharpener or tool into the bobbin, and I sanded it a little bit on the inside, which makes it convenient because it's a 3D bobbin. Um, and now it spins so beautifully. I love how smooth that it is, and it really is effortless when it catches now. I do have um, some spun up fiber already on here because I switched the bobbins to make sure that I sanded them enough to where they would um, take up the fiber. I also use this as one where I take the bobbin and it kind of serves as a stand. So I have my Amish Swift and I can put the spun up fiber onto it and then either put it into a hang or cake it up, which I found was super helpful um, because it does spin on here too. So what I might do in the future is wrap it with saran wrap because I don't want it to sand it every time I put it on here. Um, that way I could still use it for when I want to um, put it onto my Amish Swift. And I just really love them. I got two in yellow and in blue. So I think it matches and it kind of looks like it completes the wheel. Definitely happy about it. As I was saying, I did want to make my own electric spinning wheel. Um, this is it, electric. I do have an eel mini, which mm, I spun up some merino alpaca on and I applied it on there too. So I have some baby skeins or hanks, which I am really happy about. I was looking at one of the videos. I do go on Fiber Love Diaries YouTube page a lot. It's Trish, and I also love going on her lives on Sunday. So it's like she does different fiber things during the week too. Mainly the live videos are on Sundays and they're you can talk on the live chat and a lot of times she spins or makes different products like bats or Rolex, dyes, yarn, or washes, fleece in other videos. So I do really love going on the lives. Uh, as I said, one of the videos that she had was talking about how her and her husband made an electric spinning wheel, and I did make the notes on what she did. You can't really see it, but she used Ashford jumbo flyers, and then a jumbo flyer, so the bobbins would be really like an accessible item to get for her. Then she got the motor from the sewing machine and she used the table as for another item, like a nightstand, I believe. So what was interesting was that when she got the sewing machine, she made it so that it was able to spin or move on its own, because what you want to do is when you're plying one direction and then you spin out the other direction. And to get the bobbin and the flyer in general and the whirl to spin in different directions, you'll have to um, what she did was that she made the motor a place where you could put the double drive band, because that'll go on the bobbin and the whirl, and then one spins faster than the other. But just to say that when you twist it, it allows those things to twist the other direction. Um, then the reset to control the speed. So those are the main things. And when it moves, something to keep it in place while it turns. And maybe like a pedal. So those are the things to consider when I create my own. And it is an affordable way to have a spinning wheel, so that's exciting. Um, Another thing that I wanted to show is my hemma fingerless glove. I am about to finish one of them, and it has been such a quick knit. I barely picked it up this week because sorry, I had a lot of things to do with, especially work and my international move, a lot of things to fill out and to prepare. I will have to move into an Airbnb for a little bit because, like the other moves that I've had, it doesn't completely line up to moving. So, in other videos, I have mentioned that I'm moving to the UK, and it's been a tedious process for understandable reasons. Um, I did get approved for a skilled worker visa and student visa, so I'll probably get the skilled worker visa, and if I go to school there, it'll be fine. Um, I'm super excited. Again, a lot to do, but it is a happy time, and I welcome the change. Um, then there's the North Carolina Fiberfest that's this weekend. I won't be going. There is a Maryland one that is in May, so I am going to that one because uh, a couple of the people from the Fiber Guild are going there too. One of them will be selling her products, so I'm really excited. I am trying not to get too many things because right now I am purging again. And I feel like I do move on a lot of things, especially with how much I have moved. And this time, it's going to be a bigger move, but it's also one where I'm not sure if well, I don't want to get a lot of things that I'll have to get adapters for when I have to plug them in. So it's okay. I don't have too many electronics like that I am bringing anyway. But I will also get a storage unit too because I think it would be more convenient since I could take some things out gradually and it won't be so immense since I will have to go to the airport and move these things and ship some things ahead of time. But as I said, I was working on the hemma fingerless glove. I have one almost complete, and I would say that I could finish a pair in less than a week. I would say 4 to 5 days if I um, wasn't doing other things aside from working. So those nights that I would focus on this, I would definitely be able to complete it. So I am on the ribbing and then I'll do the afterthought thumb. This is a medium and so it matches the circumference of my palm. I like it to be fitted and then when I block it, the yarn will relax so that it'll be even um, more, I guess, well, aside from relaxed, a little cozier. And I was thinking for the shop when I make a pair, because I usually, if I do gift or sell an item or project I've mainly gifted, I like to make something for myself if I can, or if I just go in and do it. Um, I could do that too. But I love gloves, so I usually like to have them. And I love this so much. So now that I think about it, maybe I'll sell some at the festival in Maryland. I don't think the guild is gonna have a booth at this one because it's not their area necessarily, but some of them will be there. But I'll have to think about it because they had a booth at the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, but um that was late last year. So, but it's okay. But this is the glove. I really love it. And then I I did show other yarn that I'll make mittens and gloves, fingerless gloves with. But I did want to get some yarn from the Etsy shop, Hobby Wool, and it shop is associated with the Knit Like Latvian series. I love those books. I have all of them. So there's the socks, mittens, and accessories. And I love the yarn. I have this, um, is it like a chart that you could see their colorways in person and see which ones you would want to get. So I wanted to get 460 and 720. So I do love like a golden yellow. And then there's the blue here. I love the Latvian yarn. It's mainly the shipping that I don't, it is the main reason why I don't get it that much because when I order from the shop, I usually order in bulk because of the shipping. But the yarn is so cheap. They come in like 50 grams, but it's super inexpensive. And um, I'll order some so I can make 2 pairs of mittens. Then I have my weaving bag because I was thinking about weaving, but um when I have another setup for that to film, I would like to do that and also spin. Um, but I have been weaving more lately because I have been enjoying spinning so much with my new bobbins. Um, but I still love to weave and I do want to finish my one of my tartan scarves that's on there right now because I have other plans for my loom. So this is my weaving bag. It has puffins. It's an Emma ball bag. I have a couple of Emma ball bags because they're my favorite. This one I figured would work really well with my weaving supplies because it is lower here. So I put the shuttles in the yarn that I'm working on. This is a drawstring bag that I got the other day. But then the other ones have puffins on them because I love puffins. So the colors that I am using on the loom right now are these. So I have some, is it the universal yarn, the tweed. I like these shuttles for my Cricut loom, but I do have the Harrisville ones that are nice too. But these types of shuttles also came with my loom. Not all of them. Then some of them I overlapped because I had yarn from another project that I did, and I figured I would use the yarn eventually, so it's okay. This is another color. This one is America 1. I used DK and medium weight yarn in here. One of the main ones is this cozy alpaca. I am going for a candy cane theme, but it can be worn different times aside from the holidays. One of my favorite ones, and this is on the Harrisville um, shuttle, is this hand spun that is from Bridget's Cart. It's a farm in Virginia, and it's like a shell color, dusty rose shell. It's Luna, and I love it so much. I used it sparingly in this project because it'll be one of the dominant colors in my next project. It will be the sea spirit scarf that I am um, very excited about. It is highly anticipated. I just had so many good ideas that I wanted to work on them, and um, I'm I do finish my projects. So closer up, or sorry, of some of the balls that I have, and I do have another one of the cozy alpaca that I didn't cake up. I know I'll need it, but I'm kind of hoping I could spare it because I love cozy alpaca too. And this is the hand spun that I love. Then a little bit of the cozy alpaca. I've shown this in videos, but I finished a sleeve for what is a test, or I'm sorry, a work project now. And this is the other puffin bag that I have. So the Sleipnir's in here. I finished a sleeve. So I am on the other one. I was thinking maybe I would steek it, because it's been one that I have done more as a project um, for myself, but then I had other things that I was prioritizing first because of specific reasons. I mainly did a couple of test knits, and it a couple of them were from the Finnish knitwear designer that created this pattern. So I do really want this. It is um it's getting there. So then I did want to, I might knit a little bit, but I am trying to make this not too long. I have another item that is from Ukraine, and it'll arrive shortly. It's an angel, and I wanted to make a video of some Etsy shops that I have shopped at that are Ukrainian sellers. So I'll make a video on that too. But honestly, since I have been purling, doing the Norwegian purl for my knitting, I just feel like a fucking magician because I think it because of the way that I like to knit mainly. It is definitely a useful technique for me because I use my right hand to throw when I do color work, but I like to mainly use my left hand for most things. Just setting up the ribbing. But I cut the contrast color. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was interesting, and I'll see you in another video.